Hello, everyone, and welcome to a monumental sun-drenched edition of History Hounds and Happy Campers. I'm Amanda, your lead history detective, desert dweller at heart, and the person who actually enjoys identifying different types of volcanic tuff.
And I'm Laura, also known as Mom. I handle the logistics, the rig's solar power monitoring, and I'm the one who makes sure that we have plenty of water and cooling towels before we venture into the place where the plants have more armor than the medieval knight.
If you join the pack for the first time, our mission is to peel back the layers of the American road. We travel in our RV, documenting the happy camper side of life, finding the best boondocking spots, and managing high-heat RV maintenance, and the History Hound side, digging into the heritage that makes these landscapes sacred.
So today, we're coming to you from under the Arizona sun, and we have a major update on the heart of our pack, Lua.
Lua is our Great Pyrenees, and now she's officially 10 months old. She's currently 90-pound white cloud of pure guardian energy, and at 10 months, she's reached what we call the teenage polar bear stage. She's tall enough to rest her chin on the RV kitchen counter, and she's recently discovered that the Sonoran Desert smells like javelina and adventure.
That's right. Today we are bringing you a massive exploration of Saguaro National Park. It's a park divided into two halves, protecting a forest of giants that can live for 200 years.
Before we start our trek through the Cactus Forest, do us a huge favor, hit that like button and follow our channel. It's how we keep the rig rolling and the history coming. Now let's talk about the standing people. To understand Saguaro National Park, you have to realize this wasn't always a wilderness. For over 1,000 years, it was a highly engineered agricultural hub. The Hohokam people were the true masters of this desert. While the Saguaros were growing in the foothills, the Hohokam were building hundreds of miles of irrigation canals, some of which are still the basis for modern-day Phoenix and Tucson water systems. The petroglyphs. If you visit the Signal Hill area in the Tucson Mountain District West, you'll find hundreds of petroglyphs. These aren't just art. They're markers of a culture that viewed the Saguaro as a relative. To the O'odham descendants of the Hohokam, the Saguaro is a standing person, a being with a soul that provides food, shelter, and wine for sacred ceremonies.
When the Spanish arrived in the late 17th century, led by Father Kino, the landscape changed from a communal garden to a ranching frontier. The introduction of cattle by the Spanish had a profound impact on the Saguaro. Cattle would trample the nurse trees like the Palo Verde or mesquite that young Saguaros needed to survive the blistering sun. In 1854, the U.S. purchased this land from Mexico. Suddenly, the Wild West was open for business. Miners poured into the Tucson Mountains looking for copper, silver, and lead. If you look closely by the hills in the west district of the park, you can still see the prospect holes where 19th century dreamers tried to strike it rich.
By the early 1900s, Tucson was growing, and people were literally stealing saguaros to put in their front yards. Homer Shantz, the president of the University of Arizona, saw that this massive cactus forest at the base of the Rincon Mountains east was disappearing. He didn't just see a plant, he saw a laboratory of evolution. In 1933, in the midst of the Great Depression, President Herbert Hoover signed the proclamation creating Saguaro National Monument. But there was a catch. The government didn't actually own much of the land. It took decades of land swaps, conservation efforts to create the park we see today. Mom, we always say that happy campers owe a huge debt to the Civilian Conservation Corps, or the CCC.
Absolutely. Without them, we wouldn't have half of the roads or picnic areas we enjoy today. They are beautifully done. During the 1930s, the boys of the CCC built the iconic Baja Loop Drive in the West District of the Cactus Forest Drive in the east. They moved massive boulders by hand to build picnic shelters and check dams to prevent erosion. Their craftsmanship is why the park's infrastructure feels so natural. It was built by using the very rocks it sits upon.
The real history of the park is within the cacti themselves. For the first 10 years, a saguaro may be only 1 inch tall. It's a miracle of survival. The first flower occurs around the age of 35. The first arm occurs around the age of 75 to 100 years old. Full maturity of the saguaro occurs at 150 to 200 years old. A saguaro can weigh 6 tons, mostly of water. When you look at the saguaro with 5 or 6 arms, you're looking at a plant that was a teenager during the Civil War. It has stood through the invention of the car, the moon landing, and the digital age.
That's amazing to hear. Saguaro National Park is unique because it is a split park. You have the Rincon Mountain District to the east and the Tucson Mountain District to the west. Tucson sits right in the middle. The East Rincon, this is the old school side. It has a paved loop drive, massive ancient saguaros, and incredible hiking into the high altitude pine forest. The west is Tucson Mountain. This side has a higher density. There are more saguaros per acre here, and the scenery is more rugged, Western movie-like.
The RV logistics, parking. Both visitor centers have RV-specific parking. However, the Cactus Forest Drive on the east has some tight turns. If you're in a 40-foot Class A, unhook the toad. We don't recommend taking your RV to the west side either. The loop road, the Bajada Loop Trail, is a dirt road, so we left our camper at Tucson KOA. We use that as our base camp for our adventures here. We recommend that you do the same.
It is a rugged road. I wouldn't take my RV there at all.
There is no RV camping inside the park. However, we recommend the Tucson KOA campground right outside the West District. It's a happy camper's paradise with full hookup, electricity and water, a swimming pool, showers.
It's very nice there.
Workout area, dog bath, and events. It's really awesome. Although it doesn't have some of the best views, it has the amenities to make up for it, and it's very safe with their gate around it. Lua update: at 10 months old and 90 pounds, Lua is a big girl. A crucial tip for pet owners: dogs are not allowed on the trails in Saguaro National Park to protect the wildlife. Lua spent her time hanging out at the paved picnic area and enjoying the AC in our rig. She highly recommends the Desert Discovery Nature Trail at sunset. It's paved and pet friendly. Saguaro National Park is a monument to patience. In a world that moves so fast, the saguaro reminds us to slow down. It takes a century to grow an arm. It takes a moment to appreciate the history it has witnessed.
We hope this massive deep dive makes you want to hook up your own rig and head to the Sonoran Desert.
Thank you for joining the pack today. If you've ever seen a crested saguaro or survived the Tucson summer, tell us about it in the comments.
Because we do read every single comment. And please, like and follow History Hounds and Happy Campers. Your support is what allows us to keep Lua in her favorite snacks and keeps our cameras rolling.
Keep your history deep and your trails happy.
And we'll see you on the next ridge.
Bye.